Finally, I meet you, Leon, after our 1 month schedule about this interview. So I know you from a particular occasion where I will actually introduce a little bit later. But could you first of all give us an introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. I'm AI filmmaker. I'm also educator and artist. I also own my own company, which is focusing on AI production. And and also I'm an architect by education, by background.
So you're kind of the creatives, like typical creative who wears a lot of different hats.
Yeah, I would say so.
So what brought you to China in the first place?
Well, into China, when I was based in London, I was working on a lot of Chinese projects.
Okay.
At that time, I was doing a lot of architecture. At that time, I was thinking it's a good idea to explore China because there are so many opportunities, so many projects going on, and I was just decided to quit my job and move to Shanghai.
So what was this particular job? What was your first job like here in China?
It was a design director in architecture company.
Okay. So now let's talk about the very, very important topic, which is, I think, where we met, right? We met at is this the first year or second year? I forgot.
First year.
Okay, the first year of the Shanghai, AI short film festival, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I was really surprised actually to see so many movies and also so many people went to that that event. So could you give us a little bit introduction about the background story of this festival? Yeah,
I mean, the goal was to combine the two universes together of filmmaking. The universe of traditional filmmakers and the universe of AI filmmakers, which is a totally different or new phenomenon in filmmaking.
Right.
And share the creativity, share the projects and passion for filmmaking. And it started when I was doing my kind of AI film meetups in Shanghai. So it's kind of like my community work that I'm still doing. In January, when I just was teaching students how to do AI films. And then gradually I realized because the students keep growing, one after another groups, and they kind of disappearing after the course finished. I thought I need to kind of somehow to bring them together and keep them together and help them to evolve. So I decided to kind of bring them together into one community and start making like monthly events offline where people could communicate with each other, show their AI films, present how they made those films, and so on. And then at some point, I also had some friends from traditional filmmaking, which I met at some point in other places. And one of them came to me and he looked at what I'm doing with my community, with AI films, and he said, "Hey, Leon, why don't we do like a festival together?" So, and we I decided, why not? We could try. Let's see how it goes,
Okay, so it started. So I think you probably also heard or see this happening. Is like AI is such a kind of a very, let's say, the keywords, the buzzwords. Now, it's talked in any kind of industry, a lot of different industry. And if we talk about the filmmaking alone, do you think actually AI would take the role of the people who actually working in the film industry? Because this time we already see the characters in the movies are all animations are all AI generated.
I think we still need actors and we still need the film directors and other type of people in filmmaking. But on the other hand, we also need to understand that the industry is evolving and it's changing because of many different things, including the technology progress and including AI as a technology that's evolving even much more rapidly than any other technology. And it definitely disrupts a lot of industries, including filmmaking.
Yeah.
So that's why I think we have to take this kind of phenomenon into account in the filmmaking and understand that it's definitely having impact, and it's up to us whether we want to ignore it or we want to accept it. But it's inevitable that it will impact, and it's already doing that, having impact on the film industry.
Yeah.
So whether you are able to adopt it into your kind of process and workflow, or you totally ignore it, it's totally up to you. And I don't think there's a right or wrong here. Like there could be movies that were done like hybrid way, such as like AI and non-AI parts. There could be movies totally AI generated, which there are more and more of that kind of movies. And there could be still movies that are not using any AI at all, and they're just intentionally trying to be like more genuine and traditional. So I think everything should exist.
So I guess in the very foreseeable future, probably the key is about who can train AI better. But we should be a good teacher, a good trainer to train them. If this is a bad teacher, as the bad trainer, probably, yes, you have the same AI, but it will not come out with the same result, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, like in AI world, we often say like garbage in, garbage out. So it's like whatever you put into AI, if it's a garbage, then it will come out as a garbage too.
It's true.
But if you know how, like, if you have a great story, if you're a great filmmaker and you know how to use AI, and you know that you're feeding not a garbage, but a very interesting story with very interesting ideas and so on and so forth, then it can also come out very well.
And then because I noticed like this year, there's a lot of like the movie who have won the rewards. They're from China, right? So when you look at these movies, like submitted by the Chinese directors, do you find there are some common grounds of Chinese movies, like they have shown certain kind of characters, or?
Yeah, I noticed like when quite often when Chinese filmmakers do films, they're really, really like culturally driven in a way, and also like like the Chinese culture is like so ingrained into those films of those Chinese filmmakers, whether like less or more, but it feels like so strongly. Yeah.
Okay. So I think the last question is, we also notice now like there are a lot of Chinese company and also the culture products, and also you probably also know some of Chinese movies. Now they start to launch their international journey, so they start to go overseas, right? So do you have some suggestions, or do you have some observation about the Chinese culture products go overseas, say Chinese movie? What do you think will be the opportunity and challenging for them?
I know, for example, some Chinese AI filmmakers especially, they try to create something very, very Western as a product of a film, but at the same time, not understanding what people like there and how they watch films. I would say it will not have success. So I think it's tricky, on the one hand, if you are trying to serve to Western market, for example, you certainly can do that, but also you can create this kind of some Chinese elements to it. Like, for example, let's say film everything, I don't know, like everything everywhere all at once or something like this. So it's kind of like a combination of American culture and Asian culture, and I think it's relatable to both at the same time. And this is kind of like a good example, in my opinion, where it's relatable to both type of cultures, let's say. Yeah.
How do you think about those Chinese movie? Actually, they were made here in China. Actually, in the beginning, they were made for the Chinese audience. Do you see this kind of film would have any success if they go overseas?
I think so, because there are quite a few precedents in history of filmmaking that made it actually.
Okay, for example.
Well, for example, Bruce Lee movies.
Oh,
right?
It's a kung fu movie, right?
I mean, not all kung fu movies. Yeah, I'm talking about specific ones, like let's say Bruce Lee movies. Yeah, so they became successful everywhere. I'm not sure about China, to be honest, but they became successful in many parts of the world.
What do you think that make this particular movie, Bruce Lee movie, very successful everywhere?
I think the hero. The hero probably made a big impact and difference on Western thinking and Western culture and Western filmmakers. I mean, maybe not filmmakers, but more like audience.
I think actually, if you see, I mean, from the Chinese perspective, I would say like what really made Bruce Lee got success overseas because he perfectly matched like a lot of like foreign audience their imagination about the Chinese kung fu because he's always played that kind of role. I mean, I haven't seen all his movie, but I think in my impression, that's what like most of his movie thing is about kung fu. So I think this is of course you could say Chinese kung fu is also Chinese character, right? But I think in terms of more drama, like storytelling, have you noticed like any, other Chinese movie you think it's done a particular job in terms of storytelling?
Yeah, I think, for example, there were some quite successful ones like from Hong Kong, like the In the Mood for Love film director.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Wang Wei?
Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. So he became successful way beyond China, and with some of his classic movies. And I think this is one of the examples where, it can go far beyond the territory where it was made. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I think he got success is because as an independent movie director, especially, he's not very well known for making successful commercial movies. So, like, I think his success is more based on his artistic mind. And then of course, I love some of his movies; they're beautiful. But I think his success is a little bit unique because I think a lot of foreign audiences really appreciate the aesthetics of his movie. I think, in general speaking, like the culture exchange, like the Chinese movie go abroad, that probably will give a chance for the foreign audience to see about maybe like modern China, Chinese society, and Chinese people through this movie. It's a kind of the window. So I wish that you all the best in the coming journey of the AI festival, that I hope that your community will keep growing. And I hope that one day you can also make some, it doesn't matter if it's AI movie or it's traditional movie with a strong Chinese character, or you, as you said, it will bring something both from the both sides. You will have something which is actually made here in China with also some of your Chinese colleagues and got a popular everywhere around the world. So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.